Hi, it's me again, and here's a sentence I never thought I'd say. There's a lot of good stuff and useful stuff coming out of the newspapers lately. I know, I never thought I'd say that either. But have a look at this headline and we'll talk about it quickly. BBC TV licence. Millions could get it for free. Are you unnecessarily forking out? So as I say, I've been seeing quite a few stories like this lately in the newspapers, different ones as well, letting you know that you don't necessarily need to pay for the TV licence. It's great. It's finally gone mainstream and it's not just nutters like me on YouTube where people don't believe me. You would believe the amount of emails I get every day saying, if you own a telly, you must have a TV licence. People are just ingrained to think like that. You know, they think we're all doing something wrong, something criminal. The more stories there are in mainstream media outlets like this, the better, right? Because then it's not just nutters like me on YouTube trying to win the fight. It's the newspapers can reach a lot more people than we can ever reach. We can ever reach on here. So it's nice to see. And to be fair to the Express, they are sort of championing the fight for this. They've got more stories about this than anyone. Well, let's see what they got to say, shall we? While a TV licence is required to watch or record live programming on any channel, not just the BBC, some Britons don't need one. Others could be eligible for a free licence depending on their circumstances. People do not have to pay for a TV licence if they only watch Netflix and YouTube, meaning they could save £159 a year. As long as they don't watch live programmes or record TV to watch later, they don't need to fork out the cash. Well, yeah, good information there. I mean, they need to add on, you can't watch BBC iPlayer either, but other than that, yeah. And they've put it in simple terms and it doesn't sound scary and it doesn't sound like you're doing anything wrong. And I like it. It's like many people read this think, oh, if I don't watch live programs or record anything on Use iPlayer, I don't have to pay a TV license. This is bloody brilliant. I'm going to look into this. And boom, another person's been converted and saved 159 quid a year who might be struggling. It's great, isn't it? I like to see more like this. And the Express, as I say, not a big fan of any newspaper, but they are championing the TV license fight thing at the minute. They really are. More than 1.7 million people avoided paying the licence fee in 2020 and others could now apply for a refund. Refunds are being given by TV licensing if the holder does not need their licence again before it expires. To obtain a full refund, people need to complete an online form, blah, blah, blah. Blimey, yeah, they're saying about the refunds as well, which is great news, isn't it? Because if you pay by direct debit, you generally pay in advance. So if you choose you don't need a licence anymore, you should be eligible for a refund. And they do give them out. If you're first time learning about this, they do tend to give the refunds out. I wouldn't bother with a form. I'd give them a call personally. The people on the end of the phone are generally pretty helpful. I don't hear many complaints about them. I'd just give them a call and do that. If you don't pay by direct debit, if you've got one of them payment cards, so you just pay as you go on it, I'd just scrap it off. I wouldn't even tell them. That's what I would do. Yeah, not a long video this, as I said. I just wanted to bring you it quickly because, you know, when I first started doing this a few years ago, you'd never find a story in the paper saying you don't need to pay for a TV licence. But so many people are being turned around onto this and public opinion really is shifting against the BBC. That, you know, the information is now starting to go proper mainstream and you don't have to be a weird YouTuber like myself spouting what many people think is false information. All right, the newspapers are quite guilty of spouting false information themselves, but not in this respect. Right? And they have the reach. We need more stories like this in the paper. They have the reach. I'll never reach the kind of numbers that a newspaper could. So to see these stories on there, it's great. And hopefully people read that and they Google to see if it is true and they stumble across these videos and they read all your comments and yeah, they get the information they need and the backup and the, you know, the support that they need to be able to cancel their TV licenses. So it's great and we're all in this together. So yeah, I love it. I mean, I've reached out to the newspapers and not many of them actually want to talk to me. Maybe I need a PR agency or something. But as I say, I don't do this to, you know, get my own image out there. That's why I use a fake name on it. I don't want my name being out there. It doesn't bother me. But yeah, I mean, sometimes I've tried to contact them to get stuff corrected and that, and no one talks to me. Or I've got a story for them, no one talks to me. But I'm not bothered about that. I've got my own community here that we've built together. And I love all of you, so it's great. But let me know what you think about all this and the stories and everything that we're getting out there now in the papers down in the comments below. And yeah, I'll see you in another video again soon. Thanks for watching.